It's the consistent little swings over a long period of time that transform you into a different person and into the person that you have set in your mind as the person you want to become. Welcome to episode 25 of Sitting in Strange Places with Jeremiah. Today I want to talk about time frames. I want to talk about the difference between wanting something and seeing it happen now versus wanting something and seeing it happen over the course of 12 months. So we have a little bit of a difficult situation here in that we are existing in this moment and we are making decisions second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and yet in order to make those decisions take on a significance beyond just the moment and therefore plan for the future, we have to take into account months and years ahead. And this can be a really, really difficult thing to instill in ourselves to the degree that it affects the moment. Something people ask me pretty frequently is how I arrived at a place where I can speak my mind in such a way as I do. And it's a really hard question to answer because one, there are most likely factors that I never will understand that have contributed to who I am now and what I'm able to do right now. But then two, I know that most people who ask that question are not looking for the answer that I feel is true, which is that over the course of many months and even years, I practiced reading, writing, and speaking to the point where I've arrived at a place where I can articulate my ideas in the way that I do. So if there's any desire for someone to speak as I do, which I can't necessarily understand because I still see myself as growing too, but if there's any desire for someone to improve their speaking and they see me as an example of something that they want to attain, or if it's somebody who wants to improve their confidence with mentors and they see me as an example of something they want to attain, the hard answer, but the true answer, is that buckle up and strap in for 12 months of practice and 12 months of training in order to be able to arrive at a point where you feel like something significant has changed. A lot of people are always seeking that home run swing. They want every single investment of their time and their energy and their attention to be a home run. But the truth is that it's not necessarily home runs that make you a better person. It's the consistent little swings over a long period of time that transform you into a different person and into the person that you have set in your mind as the person you want to become. Sure, there are people who can get lucky and can make immense progress with a single swing, so to speak, but if you spend your entire life waiting around for that big swing and not making any difference otherwise, then a year, 5 years, 10 years could go by and you could see zero progress and nothing but disappointment, where if you had simply made the decision that you're going to think in terms of 1 year instead of 1 week, then you would see a difference after that 1 year. You would feel a difference. And that difference would compound as you continue to go forward, as you continue to make more investments in long-term activities. So what are some long-term activities? There are most likely many, many, many that I'm not even aware of, but the most simple ones that I've decided to make a consistent part of my life are reading consistently, as much as I can, every single day if I can, and for a set period of time. One, it instills discipline to actually hold still and to not be checking my notifications and to not be distracted and not need some other input and just go word by word, line by line through a book. Two, as I'm exposing myself to these words, I find it to be the best place for me to think. So oftentimes while I'm reading, I will even forget what it is that I'm actually reading, and I will just fall into this trance of thinking, and I can think about anything in the space of those words in those books. Three, it increases your vocabulary. It increases the types of sentences that you're able to form in the wild. So while you're speaking to a new colleague or while you're speaking to a mentor, you'll suddenly find yourself able to speak about something in a deeper way as a product of having spent a couple of hours, a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months reading and exposing yourself to different ways of forming sentences. Four, and more probably one of the most valuable aspects, even if it never changes how you speak or how you're able to write or articulate, it changes how you think. So if you are able to expose yourself consistently and broadly to a lot of different ideas and a lot of different ways of people seeing the world, then suddenly you're able to see your own world partially changed as a product of having seen other ways of seeing the world. So you expose yourself to mental models. All of these things are incredible aspects of making reading a consistent decision. Another decision that I made that I was going to invest time in consistently over a long period of time was writing. So that ties hand in hand with the reading, in that I might learn all these new ways of thinking and articulating, and then writing solidifies them and practices them. It's like going to the actual gym after learning all the exercises in the reading. Another consistent thing that I decided to make part of my life was to prioritize good, healthy, and deep relationships. So I'm not looking for a transactional relationship almost ever. I can't think of the last time I was looking for someone for a specific purpose to fulfill in my life. Rather, I'm looking for a certain type of person that makes me think, that challenges me, that makes me want to grow in areas that I've been putting off, that makes me want to see life in a different way, that makes me excited about the difficult things as well as the good things. Those are the types of relationships that I strive to encounter consistently and that I cultivate consistently. All of these are decisions that I've made that make no difference in 1 week, but make a massive difference in 1 year.